stage artist with his uncle, Angelo Comitini. During his tenure at San Francisco State University, Jose was the first treasurer of the Associated Students after the student riots, which he caused, counselor to student organizations at the Dean of Students office for 3 years, and general manager of the Associated Students until 1977. Upon completion of his MBA from San Francisco State University in 1977, he spent most of his professional life in the travel industry, first with the Hertz Corporation from 1978 to 1987, and later as Regional Vice President of National Car Rental from 1987 to 1993. He was also the General Manager of Green Team in San Jose from 1994 to 1997. Among his many community activities, he was founding member of the Portuguese American Political Action, founding member and chair of the Cabrillo Savings Bank, president of the IDS Council in San Rafael, chair of the Business of Portuguese chair of the Board of Portuguese Athletic Club San Jose, member of the Board of AmeriCorps San Jose 1997, secretary of the Board of the Graduate Institute San Jose, a nonprofit dedicated to providing counseling and foster care for abused children 1997-98, and founding member and president of the Portuguese Heritage Publications of California from 2002 until 2011. Currently, he is secretary of the board of CASE, Catholic Association for Seminary Education, a nonprofit founded by Portuguese priests in California to provide financial aid to Portuguese American seminarians in California and the seminarians in the seminary in Angra, Terceira. Jose is also a member of the board of directors of the Portuguese Heritage Publications and contributor to the book, The Holy Ghost Festas, Capelinos, A Volcano of Synergies, and Power of the Spirit, a Portuguese journey of building churches and faith in California. This history of the Portuguese churches in California is being released on December 8, 2012. He resides in San Mateo with his wife, Juanita, a regional development manager for Macy's, and she deserves a round of applause for being with this gentleman for so long. At this time, I'd like to call to the podium Mrs. Mary Medeiros, who was chairman of the board during the tenure when this award was handed out, and she will present the plaque to Zero Banks.
It's an honor and a privilege to present you with our Community Service Award for Outstanding Achievement. This award has been in inception for 2 years now, and we're so happy to award this to you as our first recipient of the Portuguese Community Service Award. I called Mr. Rodriguez to tell him that he would be the recipient, and I have never met such a humble gentleman. I was really impressed, and I've seen him around, never really got personally to meet him until today. And he's very deserving of this award, and we're so proud to be able to present you with this award for your outstanding achievement to the Portuguese community and in your own life.
Giving a microphone to an old radio man is really dangerous. Supreme officers, members of the distinguished guests, minhas senhoras e meus senhores. I am very honored and humbled by this recognition by the Portuguese Fraternal Society of America. Its leadership and its members, thank you very much for the award. I'm one of those fortunate enough to become deeply involved in the affairs of the Portuguese community as soon as I arrived in California. With my uncle, who already produced a daily 1-hour radio program in the Portuguese language, we were soon hosting a 3-hour daily radio program, and contracting Portuguese stage artists to perform all over California. And from that moment, it seemed it never stopped. I was lucky to join groups populated by the most wonderful people. People with a can-do attitude, focused on accomplishing important tasks, with the sole intent of bringing prestige and honor to the Portuguese community of California. And this opportunity is self-evident in my work with Portuguese Heritage Publications, where I've had the pleasure and honor of working with a very dedicated group of individuals, many of whom honor me with their presence today, even if it's their wedding anniversary, who have given their best to carry out the important mission of researching and disseminating the history of the Portuguese presence in California, leaving to the younger and future generations the lessons and the inspiration of their struggles and victories of our pioneers. And 12 years later, 20 volumes have been published. And since no self-respecting marketing man would ever not take advantage of a wonderful opportunity, I would like to tell you that the Portuguese Heritage Publications is releasing its latest book this December the 8th, the luxury edition titled Power of the Spirit, a Portuguese journey of building churches and faith in California, contains the history of all the beautiful churches built by the Portuguese in California, of the many parishes in which they provided the main funding and leadership for many years, and also the short biographies of over 100 Portuguese American members of the clergy, the shepherds of the soul, who served in this state over the last 150 years. This research, ladies and gentlemen, could not be easily done without the J.A. Freitas Library. I commend you, the officers and members of the FSA, for your support and commitment to that important institution, especially now that you can guide it to the next stage, digitalization, making its contents available to everyone in the world that goes online. Nowhere else is so much of our history stored and easily accessible. I also want to express my gratitude to my family, and especially my wonderful wife, Linda, who has been my supporter and guide for the last 40 years. Without her personal cooperation and encouragement, it would not have been possible for me to be here today. In the name of all the wonderful people I've had the privilege of working with over the last 40 years, all of whom very deserving of this honor, I accept with the recognition with you humbly and also in their names. To all of you, but especially to my family and friends, many of whom traveled far to be here this afternoon, I'm very grateful for your presence and kindness. Muito obrigado.
But there is also a gratuity of $500 that goes with it for the charity of choice. And for this charity, Jose has chosen Portuguese Heritage Publications for his charity.